Michael Diamond in for a vacationing Stephen LeDrew. Just a reminder, if you would like, please make a donation in the PayPal link in the video description, and please subscribe if you're not already doing so to see these videos. Donald Trump was sworn in this week as the 47th President of the United States. There's a lot of concern all over the globe about what that means. Teddy Roosevelt, when he was president, he used to say, speak softly and carry a big stick. That was his approach to global affairs. Donald Trump has taken a very different approach, particularly as he enters this next, his second presidential term. He's speaking to the top of his lungs, but he's not disclosing what his plans are, what he wants to see, how he'll get what he wants to see to happen. Brian Lilley is a Toronto Sun columnist, a very smart guy, and he's been paying attention to this with great detail. So Brian, is Donald Trump's speak loudly approach to global affairs going to make the world safer?
You just wanted to say that he's not disclosing the size of a stick, didn't you? Like, that's what we're talking about here. And that kind of works. Like, people are worried about what Donald Trump's going to do. Is he going to beat them? Look at what he's been able to accomplish in a few short weeks before being sworn in. Look, not all of it's good for Canada. Let's be upfront about that. But the hostage deal with Israel, that was because he sent his special Middle East envoy into the negotiations with the Biden team, got the hostages released. It's just, 3 at the start. We'll go from there. But everyone's worried. The war in Ukraine will end. I hope it ends in favor of Ukraine. But there will be an end to fighting. We have to be worried about what this means for trade. But Trump just put out a post on social media, and suddenly we're talking about fixing our border, which has become a big and growing issue, despite what the Trudeau government says. We've gone from 109,000 to 198,000 people crossing illegally into the United States from Canada. Those are things that are going to annoy people. Trump made everyone sit up and look before he was even sworn in.
The people who are taking to the streets in North American cities calling for a ceasefire, these are not people who like Donald Trump, but it was Donald Trump who got it done. So do you think that they need to rethink what Donald Trump means for global security?
Well, they won't. I'll tell you that, because they've, we're marching in the streets in Toronto and in Montreal, praising the ceasefire as a victory for Hamas and also calling for intifada. So it was never about a ceasefire.
Never about peace. That's fair.
It's just about, they don't like Jews.
But for who it matters, the protesters here, it doesn't matter for. It's the actors on the world stage who actually have the ability to do something. Do you think it's, under Barack Obama, he used to talk about drawing a red line and then there'd be no action. Is it the fear that Donald Trump won't draw a red line, but he will act on that red line? That is what motivated Hamas to come to the table, that might get Putin to sensibly end the war with Ukraine?
Okay, so I've not been in the room with Donald Trump in one of these news conferences. I was with Barack Obama and watched him talk about a red line that was then stepped over and over and over again, and nothing happened. Other world leaders are worried. It's a bit of the madman theory. They're a little bit worried. What will Trump do if I piss him off? And that, it makes the rest of them unstable. Hopefully, it makes the rest of the world stable in America's favor.
That's 3 minutes. Loud voice on the world stage. Hopefully going to make it a safer place.
To those of you who have subscribed and donated, a heartfelt thank you. You're keeping us on the air. If you're watching and you haven't, please try to do so, because 4 years ago we started this show because there needed to be independent analysis. Now more than ever, with the Online Harms Act. Once that gets into law, it's been passed once by the House, there are going to be hundreds of bureaucrats censoring the news in Canada, censoring this show. We need to keep it on the air. Thanks for your support.